Explore the comedic confusion of inside the NBA's top 15 funniest moments, where Chuck's steam room bracelet tale and Shaq's fiery chip challenge spark hilarious laughter. Number 15. Chuck's bracelet story from Steam Room, 2016. So, Kenny playfully teases Chuck about acquiring a bracelet from a stranger in a steam room, poking fun at the unusual circumstances. Chuck recounts encountering the person and engaging in conversation, leading to the unexpected gift of the bracelet. Despite not knowing the person's name, Chuck appreciates the gesture, adding a humorous touch to the story. Number 14. Shaq's Hottest Chip Challenge, 2017. During a playful moment, the crew engages in a bet where someone has to eat a spicy chip without making a facial expression. Chuck confidently asserts that as a member of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, known for their resilience, he won't flinch. When Chuck coughs after eating the chip, Ernie teases him, but Chuck insists it's just a cough and not a reaction to the heat, humorously trying to avoid losing the bet. Number 13. Roasting Jussie Smollett, 2019. During a discussion about absurd events, Chuck humorously mentions the unlikely scenario of two black men attacking another black man and getting away with it. Kenny jumps in, advising against committing crimes with checks, prompting laughter from the group. They also touch on the importance of truthful injury reports in the NBA. Chuck then jokes about someone going out for Subway sandwiches at 3 or 4 in the morning, highlighting the absurdity of the situation. Number 12. Chuck stopped a commercial break to roast a troll, 2018. During a playful moment, Barkley jokes about picking Krispy Kreme donuts, prompting a humorous retort from the speaker aimed at a Laker fan's appearance. The banter continues with playful insults exchanged, highlighting the festive atmosphere of the interaction. Number 11. Chuck calls Shaq Shrek, while Shrekton a fool, 2018. During a playful exchange, someone jokingly mistakes the speaker for someone else, evoking laughter and quick wit. However, the speaker, humorously likened to Shrek, doesn't seem amused, prompting further jests from the group. The banter continues with references to Shrek's beloved characters, adding to the lighthearted atmosphere. Number 10. When a Guy is Banging You, 2022. During the game analysis, the crew highlights Draymond Green's defensive strategy against Nikola Jokic, emphasizing his physical style of play. They note that Jokic struggles against defenders who use their bodies effectively, with only 18 points scored by Jokic so far. Chuck humorously comments on the high shooting percentage of the Golden State Warriors, comparing it to being way out of order like a pool party. They then segue to a commercial break, inviting viewers to continue watching the game on American Express at home for $99. Number 9. Roasting the $6.99 just to watch Lakers vs. Bucks, 2017. During a discussion about the Lakers vs. Bucks game, Shaq and the crew expressed disbelief at the $6.99 price tag to watch the game online, joking that it should be sold at the dollar store. Chuck suggests saving money instead, emphasizing that such a high price is akin to highway robbery. Encouraging viewers not to pay such an exorbitant fee, they opt to move on to the next highlight. Number 8. Shaq goes down and blames Ernie, 2016. During a discussion about defensive lapses, Kenny accuses Ernie of setting him up, referencing a mishap with his shoe. Despite Ernie's denial, the banter continues, with Chuck interjecting a story about a bracelet he received from a stranger in an Arizona steam room. Kenny's curiosity prompts Chuck to reveal the unusual circumstances of how he acquired the bracelet, leading to laughter among the group. Number 7. Shaq and Chuck roasts Derek White's Fivehead, 2023. In a playful banter, Shaq mistakenly confuses Derek White's name with Stephen A. Smith's, leading to hilarious reactions from the other hosts. Kenny and Chuck tease about White's receding hairline, drawing laughs from the group. Despite the lighthearted teasing, they acknowledge White's stellar performance in the game. Chuck jokingly apologizes after receiving a text from Stephen A. clarifying the mix-up. The exchange ends with everyone sharing laughs and expressing admiration for White's skills on the court. Number 6. Chuck's Rant on Phoenix Suns, 2016. Charles Barkley went on a humorous rant about the Phoenix Suns, saying past players like Kevin Johnson and Dan Majorly would be rolling over in their graves watching the current team. He criticized the empty seats and poor performance, even with their top players injured. Barkley joked about the arena's concessions, calling the hot dogs, pretzels, nachos, and popcorn terrible, and even mentioned that the parking was bad. He sarcastically noted that you could buy a cheap seat and move down to the front because of the low attendance. Despite his jokes, he expressed genuine disappointment, saying Phoenix fans, who he considers the best, deserve better. Number 5. 1. 2. Back to one incident. Plus, Ernie's hardest laugh, 2019. During a lively segment, the hosts put 9 minutes on the clock for a discussion, but joked that Charles Barkley would repeat himself for 8 of those minutes. They humorously debated about players and strategies, with some mix-ups over player names. Shaq and Kenny ribbed Charles for his lengthy explanations, and the banter included some good-natured teasing about being sensitive. The playful back and forth showcased their camaraderie, with Shaq threatening to throw something at Charles and everyone laughing at the ongoing jabs. Despite the chaos, it was clear they were having fun while discussing basketball. Number 4. Trying to understand Shaq's gas mathematics, 2018. Shaq and Charles had a hilarious debate about gas money, where Charles didn't understand Shaq's logic. Shaq tried to explain that if Charles refueled his car when the tank was half full by adding $20, he'd avoid spending $80 all at once. Charles argued he'd still end up spending the same amount over time, which led to a confusing back and forth. They joked about the absurdity of the conversation, comparing it to a previous debate about the West Coast and the moon. Number 3. Police presence for Rockets Clippers locker room drama, 2018. During a segment, Ernie and the team burst into laughter over a report that the LAPD was called because Chris Paul was trying to enter the Clippers' locker room. They joked about the absurdity of NBA players needing police protection from each other, with Charles Barkley humorously mimicking a call to 911 about Chris Paul and other players trying to get into the locker room. The playful banter highlighted the camaraderie among the hosts, even while discussing the seriousness of an on-court altercation. Number 2. Chuck and the Galveston, Texas moments, 2024. During a lighthearted banter, Chuck suggests sending a struggling team to Galveston, Texas, joking about its supposedly dirty water. However, his remark provokes a response from Beyoncé's mom, who defends Galveston, emphasizing its beauty despite the water not being blue. Chuck quickly backtracks, fearing Jay-Z's potential reaction, and shifts the conversation to other vacation options, humorously preferring San Antonio's larger women over Galveston's water. Number 1. Chuck and the women in San Antonio moments. Charles Barkley humorously criticized the women of San Antonio, calling them big old women.
About all them big old women in San Antonio.
And joking about their love for churros and inability to fit into Victoria's Secret. His remarks included imitations of eating churros and drinking soda, and he humorously refused to apologize despite the backlash. He acknowledged San Antonio as a great city with a top-notch NBA team, but repeatedly returned to his jokes about the women's size, stirring both laughter and controversy. Eventually, he half-heartedly apologized, admitting that churros are delicious and possibly to blame for their size. So that's all for today's video. If you like it, click the like and bell buttons. We'll have another video for you soon. Take care until then.